Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian welcoming you to Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yay! I don't know why I'm saying yay. Last season was definitely not a yay. We definitely had a rough time last season. We made it to the one-game playoff and then got destroyed because Andy Maldonado crapped out. So that's a problem. Before we do anything else, here's my problem. I wish the game would separate these out. I don't want to be bothered with setting the ticket price, but budgets are really important. But I'm going to start increasing ticket prices. If we take a quick look here, well, let's see. Our stadium holds 38,000 people. I'm going to take a quick look at what Cleveland is charging for their tickets. Just because our markets are about the same size. They're charging $23. Which means I feel pretty good about going up to 20. Which should give us more money. So we are projected to earn $133 million next season, but I'm not quite sure why. What's changed here? Yeah, it's random. The projections say that everything is exactly the same. Is it just because I don't have the raw cash? Maybe. Anyway, so let's talk about our owner goals, because some of these are not happening. I'm not bringing back Maldonado. I can't afford him. That's going to make him unhappy, but it is what it is. They still wanted a hometown player. I figured out how to do that in the Cardinals episode. If we go to player search, no, that's not it. Oh, dear. I found it last time. Why can I not just, like, find it instantly this time? Trade players. Here we go. Yeah, I can pick from Pittsburgh area, and we can find out who our options are. Wow, alright. They all suck. Hey, Ravenna, that's not far from where I grew up. Could I get him for fairly cheap? Nope. Didn't think so. Yeah. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead and sign Mike Conti for the grand price of nothing. Yeah, I'm thinking he's just going to have to be disappointed because none of these guys seem like they're going to be people that I can actually get a hold of without paying a premium. Speaking of paying, so we got Maldonado. We're offering him a qualifying offer. If he takes it, fantastic. If he doesn't, oh well. But we need to work out some of our other player contracts. So right now, we have projected salary room of $6 million for extensions and $12 million for free agents, and we do have a mandate to upgrade our our right fielder. And Sanchez was fine, but he certainly could be better. There's definitely room to improve there, and he's going to be a free agent anyway, so we're going to want to find a new right fielder who might be internal, I guess. We've got some interesting players there. John Demers, you're such a weird player, and I love it. But we definitely need you to get some more experience in the minors before we promote you. That's for sure. I sure have spent a lot of resources on first baseman. Yikes. Okay. I'm fine with losing Hampton if we do. Okay. So let's talk this out. Can I afford to not sign Noah Smith? And again, thank you for the correction, by the way. Guidry, he can handle second base, no problem. He won't provide much in the way of offense, but he's also super cheap, relatively speaking. I've also got Brandon Anderson, who's a pretty good defender. If all I care about is defense, I've got options to replace him. He's coming off his best year with the bat with a 770 OPS. But he's also $13 million. And I just... That's what? It's too early in the morning to do math. That's almost 25% of the payroll. Just for Noah Smith. And he's not that good. He just isn't. Yeah. I think it's time to flip him. And plus, this is me selling when his trade value is the highest. So I'm hoping that we'll get a decent return for him. I'll click prospects and regulars, but I'm not willing to go any farther than that. So problem number one here, all of these are pitchers. I'm not being offered hitters for him. So let's try to customize and get something we actually do want. Charlie Burr's fine, but I'm not going to give you Noah Smith for him. So we need to find a trade partner. I'm trying to get better at this. So here's what I want. I want a player, I want a team that wants to win now. Ideally not my division, or ideally not my conference, but definitely not my division. That's two things I want. And three, I want to find a team that has a bad second baseman, so I'll be able to get the most out of them. Or a bad shortstop. Let's look at Atlanta. Atlanta's got a pretty solid second baseman and shortstop. They're not going to want Noah Smith. Who is their second baseman and shortstop? Ozzy Albies and Noevi Marte. Neither of you were great, actually. And you're really deep at right field, apparently. I mean, I'm not going to get Ronald Acuna Jr. I'd pee my pants if I could, but I know that I can't. Oh wow, he won't even talk to us. That's fair. That's really fair. So I don't think they're going to be a good trade partner, but maybe they would be. What do they have in the way of prospects? Wow, those are some bad prospects. Like, Jake During is interesting. But that's all he is. He's interesting. And that doesn't really move the needle for me. I want somebody... Let's talk about what I actually want for this deal. I'd ideally like a new right fielder and a pitcher. I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. I will pay if I need to, but I don't want to pay too much. So let's go ahead and take a look at another team. Okay. Let's look at Detroit. Does Detroit have the prospects? Absolutely not. David Valdez is plenty good, but he's not good enough as the only person I acquire. So this becomes a question of, do you have the major league players that I want? Hey, it's Osvaldo. How about Jordan Lawler? I can't afford him. Would you give me Daniel Mays, I wonder? Probably not, but let's see. So this doesn't do it for him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not happening, dude. No. Yeah, I'm not going to trade you to Detroit. Houston. Houston is super deep at second base and at shortstop. Actually, you don't have a great shortstop. Do you have the right fielder I might want? Not really. None of you really moves the needle, so let's take a look at your prospects. These are some awful deals, my friends. Villasana's not bad. Pick up Melvin Flores too. And give me about $3 million in cash. Oh, you don't have that much. $2 million then. I know this isn't a great look. Could I get Jamie Sanchez thrown in too? Okay, now you're at... You've definitely said that that's not something that you're willing to do. Yeah, that's not happening. That's fair. No, I'm not giving up any of those players. So here's the thing. I get what Charrington is saying. I get what he's saying. I get why he's objecting to it. And I understand it. But the thing is, unless Noah Smith is willing to take a pay cut, which I don't think he is, he's not, that cripples us. I cannot afford to pay 25% of my salary to a player like Noah Smith. There's nothing wrong with Noah Smith. I think this is the best we're going to get to do. But maybe I should keep shopping. I'm not trading with the Dodgers. I would trade with the Yankees. Alright, the Yankees have loads of good prospects. So let's start with Zach Whitney, and let's see what that gets us. You're not going to give me Alex Belatico. I'm not stupid. Like, I'll try it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, that's fine. What about Zesty Bernardino? You'd be a nice pickup. You'd be a really nice pickup, actually. Okay. Am I willing to trade any of these players for Zesty? Absolutely not. Just no. But he's such a damn good player overall. There's no way I can't push harder for him. I'll offer Jesus Sanchez. It's not likely to make a difference. Oh, I can't. Because he's a pending free agent. Do I offer you Zion Rose too? Let me just try it. Let me just see if this moves the needle significantly. It does? I really want you. I really want you. You're even durable. Is it worth Smith and Jimenez? To get a bat of this caliber, it's not. I can't do it. I'm going to come back to the Yankees in a minute, though. I at least want to... No, they're the only people in the AL. Interesting. Well, the Yankees have the best players. If I'm wanting to get a bunch of prospects, the Yankees are the best offer. Okay, this actually gives me pause. I wish you had an outfield prospect for me. But all you have are really, really raw outfielders who are a couple years away. do like you. I really want Zach Whitney. I think he would be a great addition to our rotation right now. So I really want Whitney. And I really want Burr too. He's really great he's really great insurance. Hunt is going to take a while before he's a quality, productive player. Do you have anyone other than your mega stars at right field? I don't want that shit. You can go to hell. Okay, give me $5 million. Okay, that's too much money. All right, fine. So they will take Guajardo. And I'm actually willing to give him up. I think either one of these pitchers is better than he is. But I want to make sure that I get the most I can before I pull the trigger. So let me add $2 million. No, literally any money at all seems to break it. Okay, that's fine. I get why you're saying this, Sherrington. I really do. But this is getting us a couple of really good starting pitchers. And I just... Burr could start this season, and Whitney could get another season or two in the minors to work on his abilities. I have to do it. It sucks. I really wish I didn't have to give up Noah Smith, but... I'm doing it. Oh, that will hurt. It's a good thing the Acevedo trade was so good because we won the trade. I'm not concerned about winning the trade. I'm concerned about what we gave up, which is Noah Smith. I wish you well, my dude. The Yankees can afford to give you $13 million. I can't. That's where it comes down to. Maybe another couple seasons, if our market expands, we can afford that kind of... We can afford to keep him. All right. So, Cy Nielsen. $8 million is not unreasonable for a player of your caliber. But if I can trade you and get something even better... that is pretty spicy. That would give us so much money to work with that we could actually make a medium-sized splash in free agency. Let's look right now, right? We have $25 million plus $19 million for extensions. So here's a question. Do we pump the brakes right now? Do we slow down and trade Young too? We don't, and I tell you why, because I'm not going to get anything for him. I'll kick the tires on a Young trade. I don't see why I shouldn't, but I'm not going to get anything. I'm resigned to that. It's going to be bad offers all around, I think, or maybe not. Yeah, I'm not going to do it for a closer. I've got plenty of relievers. Oh, hell no, dude. You got the glove, that's for damn sure. You've got a pretty good glove, too. You're a good hitter. Tee bum. Alright. I don't have to trade him. That's fact number one that we need to consider, is that I don't have to trade him. We have the flexibility to sign him. And he's coming off a career low in just about everything. I think it is worth it to bring him back for one more season and see if we can maybe flip him next offseason. So we're going to do that. Really? Why are you mad? How are you not happy? Oh, because I benched you. So you're probably pretty pissy with me. Well, if I'm already pissing you off, might as well piss you off even more. There we go. I don't see the point. I know you're a captain, but I've got another captain. And since I've got another captain, I don't see a point in keeping you around. I just don't. Oh, you don't even count as a captain because you're not even in the majors. Yeah, fine. I will happily non-tender you, and someone else can deal with you. You're a good fourth outfielder, but it's $2 million more that I have to spend on other things. Non-tendered. Zion Rose. I'm not saying that $4 million is unreasonable for you, because it's kind of reasonable, but it's also unlikely that you're ever going to perform the way that I expected you would when I drafted you. I'll think about you in a minute. All right, Cy Nielsen. Right now, you're not even a top 5 starter. I'm getting J.J. Matos back. All right, dude, you're a starter. I got the 2 pitchers I got from the Yankees. We are going to lose Maldonado. But between Aguilar, Tion, Manoah, Matos, and the 2 pitchers we just got from the Yankees, plus guys like Dave Albring, I think Nielsen is a luxury we can do without. I'm going to try to cut the payroll to the bone so that we can make a big splash in free agency if there's one to be made. And if there isn't, then I can use that money to start signing up some of the other players that are going to get expensive. Next player, by the way, thinking ahead. I love Will Simpson. If you think I'm paying $10 million for him when I have Jeremy Van Sant, who's ready to be promoted at basically any time, you're drunk. I'm going to let Van Sant play the entire season in AAA. But yeah, I'm not keeping Simpson if he costs that much money. I'm just not. Van Sant's even a better defender than he is. Yeah, Van Sant's just a better player, especially with his gap power. His power is likely to be very, very sustainable, so we're going to let him play in AAA this season, and then we're going to call him up next season, and we'll flip Simpson as soon as he gets too expensive to keep. All right. Anything else to do? Yes, trade Nielsen. If I don't keep Rose, let's say that I don't. Bobby Keefe definitely has the bat of a starting catcher, and he's got the glove of not the starting catcher, which is his issue. Has he been that bad defensively? He really hasn't. But that's over fairly limited playing time. Let's flip Nielsen. I'm pretty confident that I will take any good prospect off for Nielsen. He's just an expensive luxury that I don't need. The alternative, of course, is I keep him and send him back to the bullpen. But if that's the case, I'm not going to spend $8 million on him. Regardless of what happens this season, he is not worth $8 million. And the game is recognizing that and giving me mediocre offers. Vinny Vargas is really good defensively. There's some attraction to letting him see if he develops a bat, but he's also fragile already. Bobby Guzman wouldn't be terrible. Like, all he needs to do is hit a little bit better, and he could be a really good starting right fielder someday. Let's throw in regulars, and let's see if I can get, like, a starting right fielder out of this. Like, a good one. Yeah. Nah. I'll take Guzman. Can I get another prospect out of you, I wonder? Oh, you're not going to give me Jose Rodriguez, are you? Damn. Rodriguez is a blue chipper's blue chipper, though. I think he's worth pushing a couple more chips to the center of the table. So, okay. Let's pause for a second. And let's see who they'd want. They're not getting Tian. That's for damn sure. Do they get Matos? First of all, which team is this again? It's the Giants. So I don't want to trade someone who will make them appreciably better in the short term. So let's look at our prospects. Who could we afford to give up? Let's start with Ben Manning and Nate Serko. That doesn't move the needle at all. Okay. My first round draft pick. No. Damn. Dave Albring. No. That's the problem, right? The problem is they're fixed on what they'd want. Can I give up Matos to get Rodriguez? You know what? Let's call a spade a spade. Let's drop Guzman and see if that moves the needle. Okay. So Guzman for them is basically a throw-in. Fine. So, here's the big question. Giving them Nielsen doesn't hurt me, because Nielsen doesn't really have a place on the team anymore. Is it worth trading a good pitching prospect for a generational offensive talent who is, and let's not bury this, pretty raw? Like, you're not going to be heading to the majors for at least 3 seasons, I think. However, his skill set is fucking amazing. He's not a great right fielder. So that's a weakness. But he instantly gives us a respectable outfielder in the minors that we could very slowly push through and see what he can make. Like, he's going to A-ball this year if I acquire him. That's not a dispute. He needs to play a full season and see what he can accomplish. Now, here's the downside. If I give you Matos and this deal doesn't work out, I don't know what the right answer is here. I'm not deep in right field. That's for damn sure. Or third base. If I pull this trigger, do I regret it? Not if I bring back Maldonado. Oh, how much do you want again? Too much. Even trading Nielsen wouldn't be enough. What if I offered you Zion Rose out of interest? No, it doesn't matter. Gosh. Oh man, I don't feel great about this trade. I don't. I really don't. So if I trade Matos and we lose Maldonado in free agency, both of which are going to happen, then we have Aguilar, Manoah, and a couple of minor league, and like 3 minor leaguers. Or 2 minor leaguers. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can make this deal. Fuck. And here's the thing. If you would even budge slightly... Here, you know what? I'll even offer you, like, John Demers and see if this changes anything. It doesn't, and that's the problem. You have a very specific desire, which is for Major League ready starting pitching. What about Zach Whitney? No. And that's the problem. The deal doesn't change if I add one player. Which means adding two players. Like, what if I added Whitney and Albring, for instance? It's probably not going to move. Oh boy, it moved slightly. Two other players I'm not going to give up. Yeah, it's just... I can't. I love Jose Rodriguez. I want him on my team quite badly. I don't want him badly enough to give up Matos, though. Because here's the important thing to remember here. I'll throw in Pete Richards, see if that makes any difference, but it won't. I still want to compete this season. I still want a chance to make the playoffs. Replacing Nielsen, fine. Replacing Maldonado, whatever. I can lose 2 starters. I can't lose 3. Especially for a deal that won't pay off for like 3 seasons. So I think I drop Rodriguez from my offer, and I try to see if I can get a bit more out of them at other positions. Quiros. You're not a great defender, but I could push you to third, I think. Can I get Quiros? You want me to throw in something else, like Ratliff? Done. But I'm still going to try to get one more player out of you if I can manage it. I know you wouldn't give me Rossi or Salazar. That's not... I'm not even going to dignify that by asking you. You might give me Cedeno, though. This is a good package if we can get it. Because I know Cedeno's not a great reliever, but he's very intriguing to me, especially in the fact that if he can develop that third pitch a bit, look out. He could be a starter. So I'm going to submit this offer, and then I'm going to zip ahead a couple of days. Let's solve some of the other issues. Solis, are you worth $1 million? I think you are. You haven't been great, but you haven't been bad either. And there's a role for you in this offense, even if it's just long man out of the bullpen. I'm not going to nickel and dime you that much. Zion Rose. I'll give you a 4, but I ain't giving you 6, dude. That's fine. And then I will... Oh, yeah, Cole Young is the one who wouldn't sign with me. Because he's being a dick. Am I going to sign to bring back Eflin? No. Am I going to sign to bring back Sanchez? No. Not even for $4 million a year. I just want to... I'm going to make this offer and see if he's even interested in it. Nope. Yeah, that's fine. Then you're gone. I accept that. Alright. Let's sim a couple of days and see... Really, jerk face? I have 100 grand. It looks like I can get basically throw in anything. You want Haluska? Halu sucks, so you can have him. Done. Now I could afford to re-sign Maldonado, but I'm not going to do it. I'd rather have the draft pick at this point. Wouldn't I? Fuck. Am I going to talk myself into signing Maldonado, despite the fact that he screwed us at the end of the season? We can afford him now. We can't afford anything else, but we can afford him now. I'll think about it in a second here. I wanted to check a couple of things here. There's something about money I was wanting to do. I don't remember. Nope, not doing it. He's not worth it. I can do better in free agency. This is a pretty weak free agent class, all things considered, but there might be some good international additions. Plus, I also have the flexibility to trade for players now, regardless of price. Oh, get rid of the filter, please. I want to see everybody. Wouldn't that be a kick in the teeth? If I could get Bo Bichette fairly cheaply, stick him at second, we'll have to see. I'm definitely not making any promises there. I like you, Lindor. You're one of my favorite players, IRL, but meh. We've got some options here. We'll just have to see how the market actually settles out and what one might be interested in. Wow, Dylan Lesko, you've been really terrible. Alright, so trading is done for right now. Arbitration offers are in for the players that want them. I think we go ahead and just start simming forward. Sorry for taking so long at the beginning there, but I think it was worth it, and I think it will prove to be worth it. Rose Cruz is happy. Norelvis, I need you to stop, please. If you don't take 150K, then you can go to hell. It's not worth it. It's not worth going for it. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, they're all terrible players, but I can now get a little bit more interested in this if it's something I think I want to do. They're not that good a second baseman. You're not terrible. You're not great either. I mean, you're a good defensive outfielder who most of your value is going to be driven by your contact. I can do better than you. Hey, it's Kevin Cron. He wants to come back to the majors. Good for you, buddy. I don't want you. I wonder if we'll get any awards this season. Tian might get Rookie of the Year, I bet. Silver Slugger for Garrett Gunnels. Nice. I'm curious if Noah Smith won another Gold Glove, or if he didn't. Really? Eric Snook got it? I mean, Snook was a better pitcher, but come on, dudes. Man, that's lame. Look at Noah Smith. He didn't even win a Gold Glove, that loser. I'm glad I got rid of him. I'm joking. I wouldn't have minded keeping him, but it just wasn't worth it. Nope. I feel really good about trading Nielsen, and I feel pretty good about trading Smith. That's not a shock. Ugh. Oh, well. The fact is, it's a good risk. Young will either play so badly that his arbitration value drops, or he'll play so well that I can get a lot more out of him next offseason. I don't mind spending $9 million on that. Hooray. All right, friends, let us start checking out free agency. So what positions would we like to fill? We need right field, and I wouldn't mind a second baseman. I also wouldn't mind another starter, a veteran, who could maybe give us a year. Just so that there's not quite as much pressure on the rookies to do well. Although I think they would do well given the opportunity. Holy shit, Garrett Gunnels. You want a lot of money. He's going to be a Super 3 or whatever. I'm going to have to pay him arbitration. There's no way around that. And I doubt he'll ever get cheaper. And he's not asking for that much on the back end. But I'll tell you what I'd rather have. I'd rather have 5 years with the 2 team options and no player opt-out. Because he's worth $9 million. He's worth $13 million. He's probably worth $18 million too. Nope. You just price yourself out of an extension, dude. Your decision to go to $17 million, I'm not doing that. I'll let you do arbitration for a couple years till I can properly fix your value. Ooh, Hall of Fame voting. Let's do that real quick while I'm cogitating. I'm not saying much that really makes me happy. Joe Mauer, yes. I guess Yadier Molina can get a vote from me. Wow, Corey Seeger, you really kind of fell flat on your face, didn't you? Like, I think real life, I think Corey Seager is probably close to being a Hall of Famer, but not if this is what he produced. It looks like he retired too soon. Let's definitely do Ichiro. And definitely Joey Votto. I feel pretty strongly about those 4 candidates. I'm going to vote for John Lester just because I think he's got a relatively okay chance. I'm going to vote Buster Posey because I think as a catcher he deserves it. Does he? No. Sorry, Buster. Again, I think the IRL Buster Posey's got a fair shot at the Hall of Fame. I just don't think that the one in this game does. We just need some better Hall of Fame candidates, really. Like, none of these players are bad. I'll go for the old man Nelson Cruz. I have a soft spot in my heart for players that turn it around late in their careers and still have fantastic jobs and careers. 2,000 hits for Victor Martinez? But we do have to keep in mind that he did spend the majority of his career at catcher. If we look at you... I guess you did spend 800 games at catcher. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I'm just going to go ahead and submit this ballot. And then we're going to come over here. I'm going to go... pitching. It doesn't really matter which. So I can update the scouting. Alright. Who do we want to kick the tires on? Now, before we make that decision, we're going to be picking 24th overall. That's not a great pick. That's not a great pick at all. So, if it's the right player, I will sign someone who's worth a comp pick. All players, and I want overall. I will happily offer you $1.4 million, whether you make it or not. That's an easy choice. Yes, I know his health is wrecked, but it literally cost me nothing significant to acquire him. I'm not seeing whether there's a comp pick. That's where you were drafted. Here we go. Okay. Absolutely not. I'm not spending $17 million for a glove first shortstop who's not that great with the bat. That's a waste of my money. Try again, dude. Oh, I see. You got traded from Texas to Seattle. I see. I just don't see it. I don't see spending a huge amount of money for a pitcher like that. Alright, let's do a filter here. No, actually, I don't care. I will actually pay for the right player, even if I lose a draft pick. Yeah, Bo, I don't like the injury history. I'm not gonna bother with you. If you were like $7 million, I'd happily pay $7 million just to see how you turn out. All right. Oh no, I have Gunnels at third right now. Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, I could move Gunnels to second, but I'm not really that bothered by it. Okay, JJ Gauss for $1.3 million is worth every cent. Like, I don't even care how good he is. That's highway robbery. A make good deal like that. If I signed Walker and moved Gunnels to second, what does that look like? I mean, to be honest with you, Gunnels isn't really great at either position. Well, I really wish he had a DH or an opening at first base, but we don't. Who's the better second baseman? I think it's Anderson, isn't it? No, it's Guidry. You know what? For the right shortstop, I could push Young to second, which I think he'd be really good at. But maybe not. I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? Walker is too damn good a player to not spend $1.4 million on him. Done. The question is, first of all, do we crack open the bank account to acquire a shortstop? Like, Mason Wynn is not worth it. He just isn't. Gavin Lux isn't very good defensively. Bichette would be worth it if I knew he'd come back healthy. So let's look at other people. See, here's my problem. A lot of these players that seem like they'd be decent fits all have compensation attached. And while I'm not afraid to give up a draft pick for a great player, the problem is that there isn't one. There isn't like a franchise transforming player in this draft. And if there's, it's arguably Maldonado. Like, I'm sure as shit not going to be $20 million to Lesko. It's not worth it. So let's check out starters, and we're just going to try to find someone who fits in as no. I'm not giving a draft pick up for Denny Brady. Not when I could say Brandon Woodruff. Or bring back Aaron Savali. Remember when he was briefly a Pirate? I do. Could bring back our old pal Reed Detmers. Or we could just wait and sign someone if we need them. So yeah, the pitchers aren't that great. Offensively. Nope. I've already got an offer in on Goss. I don't think Larnach is worth it. I really don't. I know he's a good hitter. And he'd be a good left fielder. I don't see him as worth it. Jung-Hoo Lee's a really good hitter. He's a very good hitter. But I don't think he's a good fit. No, you know what? That's not fair. I do want to look at second baseman also. We could bring back Brady House if we were so inclined. I'm not, but we could. I will bring in Michael Brooks because he's a really good all-around infielder who's got a reasonably okay bat. So I'm going to bring you to Pittsburgh, Mr. Brooks. I feel weird having this much money and not spending it. is there... Let me sort by batting ratings. No, thank you. Contact. He has been really solid his entire career. And yes, his last season was a little bit down. How much are you going to cost me? You want $17 million every season. You're already 33, dude. How about we do 3 years with 2 team options? Why do you not want to give me a team option? No, I'm not doing it. We'll come back, and if you have a different offer or are still interested, then we can talk later. I'm not going to sacrifice a draft pick for a player that won't even play this season. That's a bridge too far for me. I will happily offer you a contract. Yeah, it's just, there's just not great players available. I'm certainly not going to sign a wrecked player that also costs me a draft pick. So I'm just going to go ahead and say we're just going to do dumpster diving this season, hold on to our money, and invest it in places like player development and scouting. So let me go ahead and bump this up by $10 million. Here, let's max out all of our budgets. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's a real shame there wasn't, like, a top quality player, because we definitely could have locked one down. So Bichette went to Atlanta. That's not great. Atlanta's already pretty tough. So he get a supplemental first-round pick, and how much did he get? $34 million from the Red Sox. You know what? You can enjoy him and have him. This looks really bad, though, doesn't it? Like, I got all this payroll flexibility, and yeah. What is your problem? Nope, you're not worth it to me. Not anymore. Let's make sure we've got the Rule 5 all set up. So between Albring and Burr, I definitely keep Burr. That's an easy choice. Man, Nate Serco, you always look like you've got a lot of potential, and then I just don't have a way to play you in a way that you can, like, earn the job. Demuzio can play right, so I can always push you to right if I don't get someone better. I'm going to put you there. I don't really care if I lose Hampton, to be honest with you. And this also leaves me with plenty of places to add Rule 5 picks. Look, let's go ahead and waive Nadolian and Sanchez off of the rosters. Yeah, Moda, I guess you're kind of interesting. I'm not going to kick you off just yet, but there we go. Yeah, I'm not giving you 1.5 million, dude. You're a bonus piece. You're not a big piece. We'll sum up to the Rule 5. Really? $820. That's not even legal. What? That is super weird. Oh, you signed in the Indies. That's what. Okay. I haven't really been checking the independent leagues. You know, that's a really good point, actually. Oh, no, 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 no. I just want hitters. Right fielder, second base. Nope, not worth it. Alright, Rule 5 draft time. Oh, did I actually sign anyone yet? Nope. Okay. You're a weird dude. Your complete inability to throw hard is entertaining to me. I'm willing to grab Manny Rosales and give him a spot in the back of the bullpen and see how he does. That's a smart pick, I think. My dude there has some upside. All I have to do is roster Dan Swanson, and I could get a pretty good catcher. That's intriguing to me. Like, you're not a great second baseman. I guess that's why nobody wants you right now. Do you have any scout recommendations? You want me to take Sam Craighead. Why? I mean, he's a potentially good reliever or even a borderline starter. He's also injured, so I'm just going to go ahead and say complete draft. I think that was smart. I think that was the right move. I don't think there was anybody there that particularly fit the team other than Rosales. Okay. I know Goss isn't nearly as good as a right fielder. Like, he's not very good defensively, but I'm willing to give him a try. Friends, I don't know how this season's going to go, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be an interesting season, and I think we'll do well. But I really have no idea which, if any, of these free agent acquisitions will actually turn out to be productive for us. Maybe none of them will. Really? Would you just freaking vote in Joey Votto and quit kicking him down the line? You jerk. Oh damn, McCutcheon got kicked off the ballot. That's embarrassing. If I wanted to make a splash, this is where the splash would be. What are you asking for now? Can I sign you for 1 year for $10 million or $9 million? Does that do anything for you? No. I'm betting no one else wants you, and you're trying to use that leverage to do things that just aren't working for you. You'd be a good player to have if I had a spot for you. Oh, you want a major league deal. There's no risk. I'm happy to do it. Yeah, dude. I'm offering you the minimum. That's all you're getting. Damn it. You jerks, Arizona. I was really hoping I could get some more out of him. Oh well. Okay. What positions do we need reinforcements at? If we could get a decent bullpen guy for cheap, I think that would work out nice. Just one more arm to really help solidify the rest of this would be a nice addition. Starting pitching-wise, I've got enough people that'll get a shot in spring training that one of them is bound to work out. Oh, I want to trade John Nelson before I go any farther, because otherwise I'm going to have to waive him and I'll lose him anyway. Just for funsies, let's offer everything and see what we can get. I mean, you look awfully good, Mr. Blue. You're a good defender who gets on base pretty regularly. I've heard worse. Why would I want another first baseman? That's just silly. You're a good bat, Matos. I won't deny that. I put you in left, I pushed Demuzio to right. I've heard worse ideas. But the possibility of getting an incredible relief pitcher... Yeah, I don't want Cold Emerson. Yeah, I'm definitely not paying $2 million for a reliever who's only got a glove. Yeah, Blue's just a really good pitcher. And if he picks up a third pitch, he becomes a starter. And I think that's a really great addition to our team. Can I get you to throw in anyone else? How about Alex Lara? Like, I know your answer is going to be hell no, but... Aww. That's a perfectly awful. That was a dick move, Vinny Gaines. You had me excited for a minute there. How about Jerry Portillo? I wouldn't mind seeing you at all at the back of my bullpen. Nope. wow, you are a weird player, dude. You're a very weird player. Look at that plate discipline. Yeah, I'd love to have him and see how he turns out. You want a little bit more? Meh. Not interested. Pat Reardon? Maybe? Nah. I'm just gonna do this trade. I'm not gonna try to steal one more player or whatever. It's just not worth it. Let's check free agency. Let's see if there's a nice bullpen arm available. You're an interesting sort. You're a really good second baseman, too. And you've got enough of a bat. Oh. You are fragile. You're prone to injury. That is true. But you're a much better hitter than Guidry, and you're almost as good as he is at second base. Yeah, I think that's a good fit. And then we'll give him a chance in spring training and see if he can earn the job. And then last but certainly not least, I do want to look and check out the top tier relievers and see what's around. Raul Gutierrez. You want $4 million. I want to not pay you $4 million. Yeah, I'll just give some minor leaguers a shot and see what they can earn. None of you really strike me as this will completely transform my bullpen if I sign you. Gutierrez is close, though, but not enough to pay $4 million for one season. I think we've got a real good chance to still be competitive this season. Yes, I know we lost to Maldonado and Smith, and I'm not going to tell you that the replacements are necessarily better, but we've got enough interesting options, and I think the rest of the team can improve a bit, that I really think we've got a small chance. Now, there is one thing I'd like to do this during the season. Maybe a little bit less during the offseason, but during the season. I would like to strengthen our middle infield choices. Hey, nice. We got him. Alright. Mr. Kazono, you may play for us in spring training. Same with Whitney. Hampton, Brooks, Van Sant. That looks good. I don't really feel a need to call anybody else up. Baloo, he can have a shot, and maybe Deemers too. That's good. I like it. Do your thing, bench coach. You're not benching Gunnels for Walker. That's not happening. The rest of it, whatever, but you're not benching Gunnels for Walker. Gunnels is too important offensively for me to bench. He just is. You know what? You're not a bad outfielder. If I had you play right field, what would you be set at? Yeah, do it. I never thought of that, but I think it might be an interesting thing to try in spring training, and then that just frees up other things for us to do with the team, like letting Walker make the team at third base. Because Walker's a way better third baseman than Gunnels, for sure. Yeah, I'll see how this works out. If he can pick up right field pretty quickly, I think he's our opening day right fielder. Pitching rotation, we are going to do a 6-man rotation in the spring, like I always do. You're not starting Nate Hyde. Please stop, game. Or maybe you are. Like, I don't want to weaken my bullpen further. But you're not a terrible starting pitcher. In fact, you're rated 54. I don't know why Zach Whitney is being a reliever, but I'm fine with it for right now. That is really interesting. I never considered making Nate Hyde a starting pitcher. Maybe I ought to have. We can let him do it in the spring, right? The only thing it's going to do is just going to stretch out his arm a little bit more than normal. I think that's going to be good. Pitch count goes back on. Brilliant. All right. I'm good with that. Let us proceed through the training of the spring. Man, I don't know why I never thought of moving Gunnels to right field before. Or just to the outfield in general. That's going to make our team's defense so much better. I'm very curious to see how he does. That's whatever. I wasn't expecting anything huge. I don't dislike Gonzalez, but I'm not, like, over the moon about him either. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trade Circo for a middle infielder prospect. Infielders, please. Only prospects. I just want to see if I can improve my depth and the infield, and yeah. Nope. Pinto, maybe? He's not a bad second base prospect for sure. I would let him play short, but he's not a bad second base prospect. You're a good defender, but I don't like your bat. I like Pinto's better. So far, Pinto is winning the race, so to speak. No to Silver. Gonzalez is a good defender, but that's it. Martel is a good player outside of shortstop. I think he'd be a good second or third baseman. But I don't think he's better than Pinto. Preet is... I like your flexibility, though. You can play first, second, or the outfield. That's intriguing. You would give us more depth at a bunch of positions. And with a relatively okay bat, you might be the new front runner. But you know what? Sheehan is really solid. I like Sheehan. He's the new favorite. Can anyone beat Sheehan? You're a good third baseman, but that's about it. Your name is unimaginative and boring. My son's last name is McDaniel. What am I going to name my kid? Dan. Like, come on, dude. I think we take Sheehan. I mean, there's also acquiring you and hoping that you someday figure out how to play the damn field, but I'm not hopeful that you ever will. Nope. You're a good defender, but that's it. You're a good defender, and that's it. You're a good defender, and that's it. Yeah, we're going to take Sheehan. I think he's the best fit. A deal from some of our surplus to acquire some depth. That's always a smart move. This was a really busy offseason, but not in the way that I thought it would be. I thought we'd be signing, like, a really big name, and we just didn't. But I'm okay with that. Also, holy shit, JJ Goss. Are you out of your fucking mind? No, I'm not giving you Garrett Gunnels. He's working on being a right fielder. He'll get there. I'd love to give you a promotion, actually. Let's check. Izquierdo. Yeah, Bizzardo's not very good. Would you like a promotion? No. So I guess you just want more money. Fine. Alright. So spring training is done. Let's make some decisions. Some good decisions, hopefully. Oh, did you have Goss play at first all of spring training? I wish you didn't. Because I don't want Goss to play over Simpson. That's for damn sure. Really, you benched Simpson. He didn't play at all in spring training. Oh, I guess he did play some. Alright. We'll worry about it here in a second. Okay, so we got 43 players. Where are we the fullest? I got 19 pitchers. That's actually going to be easier because I can just get rid of 6 of them. All right. I'm going to let Matos pitch in AAA this season because of Nate Hyde. That way he can pitch up and he can be better for us in the future here. Burdett's not on the roster? Huh. I don't need Cooper. I want Whitney as a starter in the minors. I don't want him relieving in the majors. That's a waste of his talent. Yeah, I don't know how you ever got off of the 40-man, but yeah, you're going to the minors. You're going to the minors. I wonder if Solis would take a demotion. He won't. Let's flip him for a middle infielder if we can get one. No. All players. No. I'm going to go ahead and waive Solis and hope that somebody claims him off me. Alright. How many pictures do I have now? I have 13. Perfect. We'll set the lineup. We'll set that up in a minute. We have to get the lineup under control now. So, Van Sant to the minors. I don't like that all of a sudden you've lost contact. Weren't you like 60 contact? Maybe not. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. Alright, back to the minors with you. Demers, you're not even close to being Major League ready. I just wanted to give you a shot. Moda to the minors. Brooks to the minors. Burden to the minors. I am going to give Katono. How are you at short or at second base? You're a 53. You're almost as good defensively as Guidry, but you can actually maybe hit a little bit. So I'm going to send Anderson to the minors, and I'm going to let you make the roster. We're down to 31. I've got a whole mess of outfielders. I am well aware of this. Vaughn to the minors. Santiso and Collette to the minors. That puts me at 27. I don't really want Montesino, to be honest with you. I wonder if I could get something for him if I traded him. You know what? I really like Barragan. He might be all I ask for. Unless there's a really good defensive catcher available, which there is not. You're not bad. You're not bad. But no, I think Barragan is the best choice. Matt is fine, my friend. It's all about freeing up a spot in the roster. It's not really about making the team better. Okay, this does mean that Kazono makes the roster. He's going to get a decent amount of money, that's for sure. But I think he's worth it. I think we platoon Demuzio and Guzman again in left field. I think that's going to play well for us. With Middleton being the all-purpose backup. And Gunnell starting in right. And then it's going to be Kazono, Young, Simpson, and Walker. And JJ Goss, you're going to be... let me check something real quick. Like, Simpson's great, either way. Yeah, you're going to be riding the pine mostly. Backing up at first. Backing up a bit at right. And we'll see how you turn out. Damn, you're only 2 years removed from hitting 44 homers. But you give us an elite power bat off the bench, which we just haven't had in a long time. And this way, if Demuto gets off to another slow start, we've got another option in the outfield. So I like that. All right. Pitching staff. Okay, it's going to be 5-man rotation. And I want pitching ratings, please. Tian is clearly our ace. I'm happy with that. Manoa is the second starter. Haida's going to be the third starter, but I want to check his stats real quick. What's been your pitches per game as a reliever? Did I miss it? Here it is. Yeah, dude. You're going to get an 80 as your pitch count. If we're going to be a starter, I need you to work up to that. I'm actually going to swap Aguilar and Hyde. I just think I want Aguilar to be a bit more important. And then, at least at the beginning of the season here, Charlie Burr is going to be my starter. He's just better than Albring, and then Albring can be a reliever. All right. And let's turn you into a reliever, Mr. Albring. And let's conform to all relievers now. So, number one, easy choice, Ramon Gonzalez as our closer. And I think ninth only for him just because his stamina is not great. No, his stamina's good enough that he can be a multi-inning closer, I think. All right. I'm going to make Manning the lefty specialist for the very simple fact that his stamina is really low. Which means I can use Critch as, say, like a long reliever / specialist. In case we need another one. Rosales has really good stuff. I think that makes him a pretty good candidate to be a flat-out middle reliever. Blue's not terrible. I think we go ahead and maybe make him the setup man to start the season. I'm well aware we're actually kind of still weak in the bullpen, and that's something that we're going to want to fix. And then Albring is going to be emergency starter, long relief. Is Mr. Tian... Yeah, he's ready for opening day. You're getting the ball, amigo. I wouldn't mind acquiring a decent reliever at a 1-year contract. I don't like paying relievers, but I think this is the time to do it if there is one that's worthwhile. Which there isn't. But I bet we can claim one off of waivers. I bet someone's going to try to let a good reliever through, and we can grab him. All right, friends. Lineup time. And a boop. And a boop. Now that the season's actually under my control, I don't have to do this just to get him to play in right field. All right, so we're going to look at batting ratings, and we're going to look at contact. I just feel that Gunnell-Simpson is our best 3-4 combination because Gunnell's is so great at getting on base. So Gunnels and Simpson. Against righties, I think DiMuzio is a great choice to play left. And bat fifth. Young and Jimenez up top. Walker, Rose, Kazono, you're going to bat sixth. And that's our opening day lineup against a righty. I still think it's really strong. And I think it's going to be competitive. A lot depends on Cole Young making a comeback. And I'm not going to bid against him because he has been so solid and good at getting on base. Plus, this lets Gunnels use his power more toward the center of the lineup, which is just going to result in more runs for the team as a whole. So that's fine. Defensively, Bobby Keefe, I would like you to start once every 5 games at catcher. Because I want to see what you can do with a few more at-bats this season. Because if you can play well, I mean, I'm not overly enthused by Zion Rose. But my question is whether you could pull the same kind of numbers in a full season. And I just don't know the answer to that. Goss is #1 backup, #1 pinch hitter. I'm also going to let him back up and right. Guidry is going to back up all of the middle infield positions. Guzman there, Middleton there. And then Guzman is also going to be the defensive replacement in right field, if we need one. We have potentially a really good defense now. And it's not that Gunnels was terrible. It was just he wasn't great at third base. And I'm hoping that Walker will be much better, which I think he will. He looks like a pretty great third baseman. And if he can give us what he gave the Dodgers last season, I think that's going to turn out really well for us. Bobby Keefe is going to be a pinch hitter, and Guzman is going to be a pinch hitter. Our best base runner is Guzman, and then Middleton. All right. Guidry's got a bit of speed. We can put him up there too. All right, copy and copy. This is going to be real easy, yo. Boop. Done. If we're going to keep Young happy and productive and healthy, I think we need to give Guidry a start at least once a week. I don't want to do it, but I think we have to. And here I'm going to swap Jimenez and Guzman just because Jimenez has power and Guzman doesn't. Except for doubles power. I think this will do. I'm curious to see how we do this season. Let's sim up to opening day, and then I'll need to double check and make sure I've got everyone that needs to be in the opening day roster there. J.J. Goss. Okay. A few setbacks, but nothing crippling. Aguilar doesn't look great. Simpson ended up being better. Goss ended up being better. Zono improved a hair. Walker got better. Young is about the same. Guzman got better. Demuto's overall rating improved despite the fact that he actually got worse, which is weird. Gunnels randomly got better at third base, even though he hasn't played third base all spring training. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Zach Whitney got better. Cooper got a bit better. Burdette got a bit worse. Van Sant is a little bit worse now, but I'm not in a position to have to rush it. White Sox, you will give me Rob Patterson, a potentially good hitter, and Mike Hearn, a potentially good hitter, and you want Caleb Hampton? The thing is that Hampton could be a starting center fielder, and I'd rather use Hampton to try to grab a shortstop if I can get one. So I will take the hint that people keep asking about him and see what kind of shortstops are available for him. A good defender who can't hit. Thing is, I've already got several defenders who can't hit. So with that being said, is this actually a decent trade? I don't think that it is. Because here's the thing. If Middleton got hurt, or if Jimenez got hurt, Hampton is on the short trip to the majors. And that's why I'm not going to trade him. He's too valuable. Anyone need to get added to... Yep, Baloo does. I don't know how to feel about our bullpen, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of potential here. And if they all improve, we'll have one of the best pens in the majors. Let us very quickly check the waiver wire. Oh, damn, son. You're a good player. I would feel a whole hell of a lot better with... Interesting. I mean, I'm not going to claim you because I'm not spending $7.8 million. You're $4 million. Gregory Santos sounds like a damn fine relief pitcher who's just never gotten a real chance. Yeah, give me some of that Gregory Santos action. And let's also pick up Robert Colina. There we go. Last but certainly not least, do we want to try to lock down Gunnels? Or do we want to see how he handles right field this year? A fair question. Also, please note that Jordan Walker here does have arbitration coming. But we're not going to mess with that till I see how he handles playing for us in the majors. Acquiring DiMuzio, locking him up, wouldn't be an awful choice for a very important reason. I think he'd be cheap. No one wants to sign an extension at this point, which is fair. Here's my promise to you, Cole Young. Give me another season, even like 2030, but especially 2029. I'll take care of you. I know you're not the greatest shortstop, but you're good enough for my purposes. I mean, you've actually been really terrible some seasons. You've been really bad at shortstop the last couple of years. I didn't even realize that. Are you steady? Do you make a lot of errors? And errors are very subjective, but it's important. You're doing double-digit errors a season. You don't have a huge amount of range. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to keep you. And in point of fact, I'm going to make sure that Guidry is a defensive replacement at shortstop. I want Guidry coming in the game when it's important. Because here's the problem. If you're hitting like you did in 2030, I can accept a defense that's not fantastic. If you hit like you do in 2031, you're hurting the team. And it's not worth keeping you in the lineup despite your average defensive abilities. But we'll see what happens. Right. We're placing a lot on a couple of important unknowns this season. First of all, can Gunnels play right field? Athletically, I think he can. I think he can. He's going to make some mistakes in right field, but I'd rather have him in right field making mistakes than have him at third base making mistakes. He's never been awful at third base, but he has been not great. And that's why I'm eager to push him out to right and let him see how he can develop there. That's unknown number 1. Unknown number 2 and 3. Cazano and Walker. Both seem like they'll be defensively as good, if not better, than their replacements. I'm curious to see if Cazano can hit homers in the majors, though. If I can get 20 homers out of second base, you're damn right I'm going to do it. No hesitation. If Walker can hit 30 home runs and play great defense, I'll give him a contract extension. Zion Rose, you'd better show me something this season. Because right now, you're kind of a liability. You're a good defensive catcher who hits a little bit. And I could probably do better. The other people doing a heavy lift are Nate Hyde and Charlie Burr. But unlike the other positions, if either of you fail, I've got people in the minors waiting to pick up the slack. I don't really have that at second or third. Well, I can always pull Gunnels back at third or something. It's not the end of the world, but... Did you get any MVP votes, Mr. Gunnels? No? Okay. It's fine, I guess. All right, friends. That is going to conclude this episode. I think we'll always have a chance to make the playoffs in the NL Central. And let's talk about who we lost. In fact, let's do the offseason summary, if it's still available. Offseason summary, here we go. So we actually lost WAR net. However, if I scroll on down here to Pittsburgh Pirates, that's because we traded Noah Smith, Andy Maldonado, and Jesus, and Cy Nielsen, and didn't re-sign Sanchez. I am not prepared to say that we're a worse team now. I'm just not. Kazono looks like he can fill Noah Smith's shoes at a fraction of the price. Jesus Sanchez wasn't that great to begin with. Cy Nielsen, I mean, fine. I'm not saying he was a bad pitcher for us. It was just, I had enough depth in the minors that I wasn't going to pay him $8 million. Maldonado is the big loss, so to speak. And he's just not worth the amount of money he was asking for. He just isn't. No, maybe he'll go to Boston and he'll be like the greatest pitcher of all time. I kind of doubt it, though. And he just comes up short in clutch moments. So let's shortlist him. I just want to see how he does with this new team. Noah Smith's already shortlisted, I think. Let's find out. Noah Smith. Yeah, he is. So yeah, I think we'll make the playoffs again. With relative certainty. I'd like to win the division title. I think that's what I would truly consider a success. But I think one of our biggest strengths this season is that we have several players who really underperform that should do better. Specifically, Cole Young and Caleb DiMuzio. Either one of you should be much better players than you were. Without a split second's hesitation, you should both be a lot better than you were. And you're both playing for pretty hefty contracts. DiMuzio, you go above Keith. So we shall see, my friends. We shall see how things turn out. Oh, Greg Middleton, I want you to be... Yeah, I gotta make you defensive sub there. Because you're already starting, which means you can't play in two positions at once. So we'll see what happens this season. I'm really curious. I will say one thing. I don't think we've ever had a deeper bench than we have right now. We've got loads of power coming off the bench. We've got good contact hitters coming off the bench. We've got Guidry's incredible glove. We've got Middleton's excellent glove. Every player is going to pull their weight, I think. And all it takes is just being a little better than the NL Central. Did any of them have big off seasons, I wonder? Nope. It's not a free agent. Offseason center. Season summary routine. Let's see here. The Reds and Cubs both got worse, and they were the best of them. How's our minor league system now? $28th? Are you joking? Really? I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I guess I do. What we have is we have a lot of big contributors, but we don't have superstars. And the reason we don't have superstars is because I haven't drafted that badly. Or I haven't played badly enough to get one. I mean, I think Tian is more than a superstar. For sure he is. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. And until next time, this has been Evindian, and I bid you good day.